Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the DPSI podcast series. My name is Prasanna Chandankede, and I'm here with
Jonathan Roy.
and we are here to break the myths of IGCSE. Both of us recently finished our examination in May-June 2025. So yeah, we do pretty much know what we are coming to talk about.
Now let's dive into how we survived the IGCSE experience and what you can do as well.
So Jonathan, what was your IGCSE experience like, and what are some things that has taught you?
Well, my IGCSE experience was a roller coaster. Stress was very much my middle name throughout. I was constantly counting days off, just waiting for it all to be over, and trying to understand concepts rather than memorizing it. And then the panic. When I didn't understand a question, then I literally panic myself and I'll be immediately texting my teacher that I can't understand this. And then the worst part, losing marks over silly, tiny mistakes. Then the frustration hits very hard. But there were good parts as well. I had fun. I actually had fun solving past papers with my friends. We'd laugh, help each other out. But what I took away from IGCSE was don't panic under pressure. Just stay calm, face it very calmly. Just don't panic. Yeah, well, that was my IGCSE experience. Anyway, how was your IGCSE experience, Prasanna?
Absolutely. First of all, that was quite some experience, Jonathan. And I still do remember us having those Zoom meetings and then teaching each other the concepts. But I think that the experience that we all went through wasn't just something that you went through or I went through. It was something all students went through during the examination process. There was a mixture of feelings, feeling depressed, sad, the urge to finish, a few happy moments as well, and whatnot. But I think that this examination has taught me two main things. First of all, that the grades that you're going to get are just a reflection of how much hard work, commitment, and efforts you put out throughout the 3-year journey. And I feel like 98% of the marks that you are going to get is just the amount of efforts you're going to put in. Then, of course, there are some other factors such as luck and IQ which contribute to the 2% of it. Then I think the second part is that living your moment, living your life the way you want to live. You see, when I was trapped for 3 months in my house, I couldn't go out. I had to sit on my desk, solve past papers the whole day. I couldn't hang out with you guys. I couldn't talk to my family for like 2-3 hours and all that. But that really taught me that the things that we went through, they were just a trailer of what was going to lie ahead of us. Things are going to get tougher and more difficult for us. So one thing that we students must need to do is that live in the moment that is happening now. So yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. So that was our IGCSE experience. So Prasanna, what is the correct way to study for IGCSE?
Honestly, I don't think there's one particular correct way to study. You see, everyone is unique, everyone is different. That means that everyone has their own way of learning and pursuing things. I feel like as students, you should know what method works best for you. My friend, for example, he learns best when he reads the textbook. Someone else could learn best by watching YouTube videos. Or personally, like me, I love teaching. So when I teach, I'm able to understand things better. So as IGCSE candidates and students, it's important that you find your method and then you do the understanding part of it rather than rote memorization method, which will help you in acing your IGCSE. And Jonathan, what about you? What was your way to study for IGCSE?
So before that, I would say how I used to study.
Definitely.
Back when I was preparing for my mocks, I made the mistake of trying to study every single chapter equally.
Right.
That didn't help much because I skipped over the chapters I actually struggled with. So I approached a different style. So I started making daily do-to lists for specific topics, specific subjects, and I made up my mind that I should take off everything by the end of the day. But if I finished early, I didn't just relax. I make another short do-to list and kept the momentum going. And there are great ton of online resources that might help you, such as C Notes, Save My Exams, IGCSE resources, etc. But me personally, I found Summarize Notes super helpful, especially the night before our MCQ science papers. They helped me when I needed a quick refresh.
Absolutely. I think keeping the momentum going is very necessary. So for example, whatever method you're using right now, if you can consistently keep it up going and it works for you, definitely keep it going and keep the consistency, and I'm sure you'll do well if you follow that. So Jonathan, when we were transitioning from grade 7 to grade 8, remember when we had to choose our subjects, right?
Yeah.
And that can really be a tough phase when you don't know what you want to do. So what do you think students should be doing to select the subjects that they should be studying in IGCSE?
It really depends on what you want to be in the future. And there are school counselors over here that help you to choose subjects that match your goals.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And not only that, but when you go to Google, right, you know the subjects, you get the subject list and the components and all that. Go on the web, look at the syllabus, and then have one question in mind when you're looking through it. Do I really see myself studying this in class? And do I really see myself enjoying learning this in class? When you're able to really answer this question, you'll be able to get a clearer view on which subjects you should choose. If your answer is yes, then absolutely, go for it. If not, maybe check out other subjects that are there and then come to a decision. So yeah, I think that is one good way students can choose the subjects that they want to pursue.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, stress is a big factor when you're preparing for big examinations like the IGCSE. And I think it can either make or break your grade. So what do you think students should be doing to manage up their stress and cope with it?
Stress. I hate it. But let's be honest, it's IGCSE. It kind of pulls you into it whether you like it or not. I had to find my own way. I talked to my parents daily. Just getting things off my chest helped. I also listen to music, and sometimes I take a short break and forget about IGCSE just to breathe, Not too long though, just enough to reset. I also used to hop on Zoom with my friends. They'd motivate me and remind me I wasn't alone. And I'd literally talk to myself sometimes like, hey, listen, Jonathan, stress is just wasting your time. It's not helping you to learn anything. So that reminder helped me refocus. And Prasanna, how did you manage your stress?
Well, as I said previously, stress can either make or break your grade, right? Now, there are two things stress can do. It can either push you to study the concept that you're afraid of, that you haven't done, to pursue it and do it so that you're able to finish it. Or it can either make you not study anything because of the immense pressure you'll be under. So I think personally, that as students, we should know how we can channel our stress in the right direction so that it is just enough to make us do what we want. Personally, what I did was meditation. Meditation helped me a lot. And not only that, but I think talking to family and friends really gets the burden off you and helps you focus and then study better. So yeah, I think that is definitely some things that I did to reduce my stress. And I think stress management is key as IGCSE candidates. I think my maths teacher, Mrs. Manjula, she said that the exam is easy, you know it, but most people are not able to manage their stress, and that is why they are not able to score well. So if you really want to score well, you should know how to manage your stress effectively.
Yeah, that's true. So Prasanna, what is the correct time to lock in for IGCSE?
Correct time. To be honest, personally, I think that there is no correct time. The correct time to lock in is now, literally right now. If you're someone preparing to write the exam this year, instead of focusing on how little time you have left, focus on how you can use that little time to work up things efficiently and manage your things well so that you're able to score well. And to manage time, right, I think one thing that you can definitely do is write down to-do list, as you said. Now, what I personally love to do is that any task that I have for the day, maybe I want to study this or that, I'll write it down in a list. Once I'm done with it, I'll check it up and then I'll keep moving. Now, there's a psychology behind it that once you check it up, right, it gives your brain a bit of happiness and keeps the momentum going. But if something else like keeping an exact timetable works for you, you could try that, but something like that didn't work for me. What about you?
The time I logged in was after my mocks. I still remember I just started panicking that I'm very behind. My friends, they finished their syllabus and I haven't. And I was so stressed and I started panicking. I can't do this. I was thinking I can't do this. What should I do now? Then my dad said something to me that changed everything. He said, stop thinking what everyone else is doing. Do what you have to do. Stop comparing yourself. Just lock in now and go on. And actually, that was true. What he said was true. So after that, I stopped stressing. I stopped thinking about I'm so behind. And I worked on my own pace. Personally, I feel there's no perfect time to lock in. Yes, there is best time and the worst time. But if I had to give you one piece of advice, I would say lock in now, as he said. The longer you hesitate, the harder it gets. So start now.
Absolutely. I love the quote your dad gave. I mean, it truly shows what students should be doing now. And oftentimes, what happens is that as students, we end up comparing each other. Oh, my friend has done this much. I've done only this much. And that actually pushes us back. So instead of comparing yourself with someone who is smarter or someone who is less smarter than you, focus on what you can do and what you have to do to get what you want. As I said in the beginning, everyone is unique. Everyone's direction in life is different. So stop focusing on the direction someone else is going. Rather, focus on the direction you want to give your life. That was all, guys. Thank you everyone for watching till the end of the podcast. We hope our talk encourages other IGCSE students to keep up and helps you in your preparation. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next episode.